Welcome, hello, Yasu, hi. My name is Ty Körner, and I am an author. I'm a black magician, and I'm a student of the Order Dragon Rouge. Also, I am an empath since birth, and today's video, Qliphot, come in and find out, is an introduction into my channel. Here I will share how I work with a Qliphot, how the impacts are, and how the benefits or the challenges are occurring from this, and how I deal with it, and also how I found my way into Qliphot working, and how the fact of empath did connect everything. Also, before I even knew that I was working with the Kundalini force, or however you name it, you can name it Dragon Force, Earth Energy, whatever the hell. I will dig into that topic as well later on. It's about how you perceive things, and how I did work with these energies before I even could write my name or knew about Qliphot or about demon. Also, the topic of good or evil is one thing I want to dig into. So, but before I get deeper, make sure to subscribe my channel so not to get lost this following videos. I know I'm conscious about that black magic, or especially the dragon work, is something named on the label occult, and occult is translated into hidden, and so yes, silence is golden. And I will keep my silence about my work within the Order Dragon Rouge, because this is not one of our topics here. If you're interested or want to apply or have any questions, there are links below, so get into contact there. I'm not the speaker of the order. I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about my expressions. So yeah, it's a occult work. And occult also means to me, it is not only you're not talking about. Occult is something what sometimes not even has words to talk about. So let me put one thing in front of all. As for my opinion, energy does not divide between good or evil. Energy is energy, and an entity without physical body is basically a conglomeration of energy. Same as you and me, by the way, because metal in the end is just a dense form of energy. And if this dense form of energy falls apart, so we rot to the bones, the only thing what is remaining is basically the essence of what I name me or what you name you, however. And the entities, no matter how you name them, if the Christians say angels, or if they say demon, or if others say spirits, they are entities, energy forms, existences, all the beings far, far away or very close to us, on other planes, on our plane. Some of them have names, some don't, or we didn't found them yet. Because there is, in my first beginnings, I was about 3-4 years old. I had my first perceptions about thresholds, passing thresholds. I had my first perceptions about knowing things I can never have had read about, and nobody told me in an in a sense that I just knew. For example, I saw a plant, I just knew, I know you. I know exactly there's a meaning, but I was not sure what it was or what name it has. Today I know it was either toxic plant or a healing plant, and it was knowledge I couldn't have had before. Same about, I was very curious about energy, so I was open like that. So whatever energy did cross my line, I was like a whale, you know. It was not only that they occupied me. Um, I was one of that chickie to invite. I saw an entity, I sensed an entity to be more precise, and I did open to invite. So there were energies entering me, and as far I can say, I did sense them, and then by the time they left. And here we come to the point of our body is just a dense form of energy, because in this way it was speaking and learning energy to energy. And we cannot consider other beings to speak in our words to us. First of all, we got a bunch of languages. Secondly, many entities we can perceive, we can percept. So yeah, many entities we can percept do not even have our shape. They do not even use lips or the voice to communicate. Why should they? They communicate in an energy frequency. So all the words we get into sudden mantra or every inspiration we get is a translation here. We get the energy and we translate the energy into our words. Or if we do automatic writing, it is we translating the energy into that form we can understand. But these beings are communicating energy to energy. So back then, when I had no idea about that it is demon, or it is, yeah, today I know some of them carry demon name. I had no contact to any spiritual books or groups or whatever, and so I never had a name. I will dig into this topic too, because even if you don't know a name, doesn't mean you have to accept every entity entering your body. And to those who are a little shitting their pants, by all this 20 years, none of these entities makes you doing things. It is always you doing things. It may trigger you to some ideas or to some expressions. Is a deeper topic to dig into, but it doesn't make you grab a weapon or whatever, so just by being an evil spirit. That's Hollywood. That's Christian bullshit. So as for my back then to today definition, demon are entities, energies who occupy your body. And in magical books, you find names to them. Back then, I had no idea about that. So I only did read the energy. And when I started working at the Order Dragon Rouge, when I applied, and I did do my first rituals ever about demon, I found them again. I found the same frequency, and I found frequencies who did recognize me as well. So there are few I now know by name, and there are many I do not know by name because I met them all the years before when I had no names to. Sometimes I find entities by name and I do not know the energy because up till now I didn't work with them. Also, there are entities which are that old that the frequency is totally different to ours. So that's entities which are not on our plane and maybe not even in the next planes around us, but even more far away, more kind of other dimension existences. So it is not by accident if you get a frequency what is so foreign that you should have to be careful to get too close. Because without any exercises, without any evolvement, without any assimilating, let's say without any adjustment on your energy body, you will burn. You will burn yourself. And it's on the same if you call for a demon and you get there, hey butthole, give me my money. Um, yeah, if you talk to whoever respectless, you get the response what is respectless. That's a point. So hey, they are the older energies, they are the older entities, and so if you handle them with the respect they deserve, you can learn very, very much of them. So, okay, I don't want to dig into that topic for more far, and there will be time enough. But what I want to say is all the Qliphotic work, despite giving a bad name on many things, it is no path to everyone. Many will not be even handled to do it. It is potentially a way to awaken outer physical senses, to unfold your evolvement beyond your human scale, and to become that God you are. Because we are gods in a physical shell. I will dig into that another time, but so far, my opinion. This is my first starter here, and I'm happy to share my personal works with you step by step in a shorter video streams than today. And of course, if you have questions about my video, post it down below the video. If you have questions about the order or whatever according to the order, ask at the order directly. And if you want my opinion to one or the other topic, also feel free to ask this in my timeline. If I can answer, I will answer. And if I cannot, I will tell you I can't. Also, you can follow up my Xul-luX if you are at Facebook. Xul-luX is one of my artist names I use. You find it at Facebook, and I will post the link below too. So I thank you very much for your time, and keep up the horns, keep up the flames. You'll carry it, and I'm happy to meet you again. Bye.